Hey everyone, and welcome back. By now, you've probably seen the official reveal of Battlefield 6, and let me tell you, it confirms what many of us suspected for years. Battlefield is officially returning to modern warfare. Set around the 2025 to 2030 era, Battlefield 6 is bringing us back to a near-future world of realistic military conflict. And in today's video, I want to show you how Battlefield 5 quietly prepared us for this shift all along. But here's the kicker. One of the maps revealed in the trailer is set in Egypt. Yes, you heard that right. A modern conflict zone in the Middle East North Africa region. That alone tells us a lot, not only about the setting, but the kind of battles we've experienced. Hot, urban, desert environments, complex, multi-layered warfare. And if you go back and look at Battlefield 5, you'll start to see the hints were always there. Despite being marketed as a World War II shooter, BF5 didn't stick to the rules. From advanced weapons to futuristic cosmetics, from fast-paced gameplay to tighter urban maps, it was more than just a historical shooter. It was a testing ground for something bigger. Let's start with how BF5 feels. The gunplay, movement speed, and soldier handling are far more responsive and dynamic than what you'd expect in a WW2 setting. Just play on Marita, Operation Underground, or Al Marj encampment. They feel almost like modern military environments. They're close quarters, vertical, fast-paced. The kind of layout that would make total sense in a 2025 Cairo or Alexandria battlefield. And speaking of Egypt, if you remember the desert maps in BF5 like Hamada or Aerodrome, you'll notice that DICE has already experimented with large-scale desert warfare. Those maps might have been WW2 themed, but the scale, the vehicle integration, and the layout could easily translate into a modern-day setting. What they've done in Battlefield 6 is simply evolve those ideas and bring them to life with modern weapons, modern tech, and modern geopolitics. Let's talk about customization. In Battlefield 5, soldier cosmetics got increasingly wild over time. Futuristic visors, tactical armor, non-historical outfits. Stuff that looked like it came from a 2030 war zone rather than the 1940s. Some players criticize this. But in hindsight, it looks like DICE was preparing us for the aesthetic of BF6. Gritty, tactical, but forward-looking. Now, if you're wondering how we got from BF5's WW2 to BF6's Modern Warfare, the answer is simple: progression. Battlefield 1 took us to WW1. Battlefield 5 moved slightly forward into WW2, but already began to break immersion. And now, with Battlefield 6, DICE is finally going where fans have been asking for. Back to the modern Battlefield, but not just modern near future, with realistic tech and scenarios we might actually see in our lifetime. Let's talk weapons and gadgets. Even in BF5, we saw the introduction of weapons that felt too advanced for the time. Automatic shotguns, experimental rifles, high-tech LMGs. This was an accident. It was preparation. Now, with BF6 confirmed to feature modern weaponry, drones, and tactical support systems, all of this starts to fall into place. Battlefield 5 was easing us into this direction. Even the pacing of the game was telling. The firefights in BF5 became more twitch-based and aggressive, much closer to what you'd expect in a modern FPS. The recoil patterns, ADS speed, movement systems, they were stepping stones to something faster, cleaner, and more technical. Perfect for urban environments like what we'll see in BF6's Egypt map, where CQB and rooftop combat will likely play a major role. Another huge clue was the community itself. Many Battlefield 5 modders and content creators started creating custom game modes, loadouts, and scenarios that simulated modern or near-future combat. This community pressure, combined with the failure of 2042's futuristic gamble, likely pushed DICE back to a grounded, modern experience with BF6. And let's not ignore the visual language. Later UI updates in Battlefield 5 started to adopt a more minimalist, digital look, moving away from rusty dials and paper maps and closer to tactical overlays and digital recon interfaces. The sound design also shifted. Weapons started sounding sharper, snappier, more high-tech. It's like the soul of BF6 was already creeping into BF5 long before we noticed. So here we are. Battlefield 6 is coming. And it's modern, it's fast, and it's bringing the chaos of warfare back to real-world inspired locations. And the reveal of an Egyptian map? That's a huge move. It means DICE is finally expanding beyond the usual war-torn cities of Europe or fantasy sci-fi wastelands, and into real geopolitical hotspots. That gives us the opportunity to experience new types of warfare, desert raids, urban sieges in North Africa, possibly naval and air support near the Mediterranean. Who knows? But one thing for sure, Battlefield 5, despite all its flaws, was more than just a WW2 shooter. It was a bridge, and now that bridge leads directly into the modern warfare BF6. So if you're re-watching this while playing Battlefield 5, like the gameplay you're seeing now, remember, this isn't just nostalgia. It's the final chapter before the next war begins. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about Battlefield 6 so far? Are you hyped for the return to modern warfare? And how do you feel about Egypt being one of the first revealed maps? Drop your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns like this. See you on the battlefield.